Officieel negada. Als het heilige kostnale negada sabe te toda da place on han. Sabe e one his in hela te toda teniota dan te dani morning. Good morning, everybody, and I just want to welcome everyone here today for this wonderful occasion. This is the 9th annual for the Native American Youth Language Fair, and it was so beautiful to see the children to come up here ready to go to express their own language that the God Creator has given them. So now I want to introduce Dr. Michael Maris. He's the director of the Seminole Museum, and he would like to say a few words to the parents, the teachers, and the children.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for braving the Oklahoma wind today and being with us. It seems that every time we have one of these great gatherings, we have a very strong wind. So every time I hear the drum now, I actually hear the wind blowing in Oklahoma. When we dedicated our site in 1993, we had a group of students with a large drum that played a very long piece, and we were concerned the tents were going to blow away. In 1995, when we broke ground, we did it again, and the wind was 50 miles an hour, and that's what it's been doing the last couple of days. So I thank you very much for coming here. This is one of my favorite programs. The museum has been in Oklahoma since 1899, the keeper of the scientific and cultural heritage of the state of Oklahoma and of all the people of Oklahoma. But it's when we interpret that heritage, when we work with the people to whom the objects belong and who reflect, and the objects that reflect their culture, the museum really becomes an agent of action in the community. And certainly in being one of the few museums that has a collection of Native American languages, and also being a museum that has been extremely proactive in working with Native American groups since its beginnings, I think that a program like we see today is the best kind of relationship that the people can have with an institution. And I'm especially pleased to see the young people that are trying to learn their native languages. As someone whose grandmother spoke Spanish, I learned Spanish by talking to one of my grandmothers. I didn't know one of my grandfathers. And my other grandfather, who went to Haskell Indian School, I knew only as a child. He died when I was 4. So I never got any stories from him. Many years later, when I was with Alan Hauser, when we gave him an honorary doctorate, he told me about Haskell and how if he spoke his language there, he would be beaten. The government knew that if you want to destroy a culture, you destroy its language, because it's the language that allows people to communicate across generations in ways that a different language does not permit. And certainly I do translations, and there are many things that are said in English, and if I want to translate them into Spanish, I can't get the same meaning. Similarly, going the other way, I can put things in Spanish and then translate them, and the meaning is lost. There are many things that can only be said in their original language. And that's one reason why this is such an important program, because it does unite tribes, it unites people across generations, and it brings a living language to the young people who someday, believe it or not, all you children that are here, you'll be transferring this language to your grandchildren, as today I'm trying to teach my first granddaughter to speak Spanish. There are many things said about language, and I just have a couple of quotations here. One is that language is the glue that holds our culture together. And that is certainly the case. That was said by a Chippewa elder. What we see is that despite the tribes that we consider, they all have this glue of language that transcends the generations. What is lost if language is lost? Eloquent speech making. You can be eloquent in your language and not in a different language. Storytelling skills, powerful oral literature, philosophical frameworks, environmental knowledge, family history, and diverse worldviews. If language is lost, these things can be damaged or lost entirely. As a Skagit elder said, if you have grandparents, sit and encourage them to talk about the past, because they won't do it otherwise. Sit at their feet and beg them, like I begged my family, to tell me something. If language is going to be gone and we don't do something, the best people to learn and to save their heritage are the children. And today are the children who are going to demonstrate their language skills. And many will receive rewards in the form of an award or a medal or a certificate, but the true reward of learning your language is being able to understand your culture and to communicate with your people and to pass that into the future. So I'm honored that you would be here. I'm honored that these children are here demonstrating their language skills. I hope you enjoy today at the museum. We're here to help you in any way we can, and I know this will be beneficial to everyone involved. It certainly is to us. Thank you very much.
And now I want to acknowledge our sponsors. We truly appreciate our sponsors who take time to be interested in our language program. And our sponsors are the Boeing Company, the Cyril Fund, Fair Coordinator, Muscogee Creek Nation, Fair Supporters, OU American Indian Student Life, OU Department of Anthropology, OU Native American Studies, OU Department of History, and University Silk Screen. Okay, and now I want to acknowledge the support, the volunteers, the judges, and also the teachers that are here today with the children. Without your contribution in this program, we wouldn't be able to have this fair. This is our 9th annual Native Youth Language Fair. You're the key to the fair, and the children are the door to the opening of the language, and they are learning through you.